Lord, I stand before you today with a heart heavy from the endless tasks that fill my home. Every corner seems to call out for attention. Dishes piled high, laundry overflowing, floors needing to be swept, and children needing care. You see me in these moments when I feel invisible to everyone else. You witness how my hands grow weary and my mind becomes cluttered with all the responsibilities that never seem to end. When others walk through the door, they may not notice the 100 small victories I've won throughout the day, but you do. You see each act of service, each moment of sacrifice. The weight of managing a household sometimes crushes my spirit. I find myself wondering if anybody understands how the constant demands drain my energy and steal my joy. The same surfaces I cleaned yesterday need cleaning again today. The same clothes I washed last week fill the hamper once more. The cycle feels relentless, and in these moments, I struggle to find meaning in the mundane. Yet I know that you, Lord, are present even in the most ordinary tasks. You understand the silent prayers I whisper while folding clothes or preparing meals. You hear the sighs that escape my lips when I feel overwhelmed by it all. I confess that resentment sometimes creeps into my heart when I feel alone in these responsibilities. The mental load I carry, remembering appointments, tracking groceries, noticing what needs repair. This invisible work exhausts me in ways others cannot see. Forgive me when I grow bitter instead of bringing these burdens to you. Help me remember that you see the unseen labor, the midnight hours spent caring for sick children, the early mornings preparing for the day. Nothing escapes your loving gaze, not even the tears that sometimes fall into the sink as I wash another round of dishes. My body aches from the physical demands of maintaining our home. My back tightens from bending to pick up toys. My hands grow rough from cleaning solutions. My feet throb from countless trips up and down stairs. Lord, I offer this physical weariness to you. Just as Jesus washed the feet of his disciples, showing that service is sacred, help me see my work through your eyes. Transform my perspective so I can recognize the holy ground beneath my tired feet as I move through the rooms of my home, tending to the needs of those I love. The mental exhaustion can be even more difficult to bear than the physical tiredness. My mind races with endless to-do lists, with worries about whether I'm doing enough or doing it well enough. The standards I set for myself often seem impossible to reach, and I feel like I'm constantly falling short. Lord, quiet these anxious thoughts. Remind me that my worth is not measured by spotless countertops or perfectly organized closets. Help me find peace in knowing that you love me completely, just as I am, regardless of what I accomplish or fail to accomplish in a day. Sometimes the loneliness of these tasks weighs heavily on my spirit. While I may be surrounded by family members, the responsibility often feels like mine alone to bear. I long for partnership, for someone to notice without being asked, for hands that jump in to help without waiting for instruction. Lord, when I feel isolated in my work, draw especially near to me. Be my companion as I move through my day. Let me sense your presence beside me, supporting me, encouraging me when no one else sees or understands the depth of what I carry. When I look at the seemingly endless cycle of tasks, I can lose sight of the bigger picture. Help me remember that these acts of service create a home where memories are made, where hearts are nurtured, where faith can take root and grow. Each meal prepared is an opportunity to nourish bodies and souls. Each surface cleaned makes space for creativity and rest. Each piece of laundry folded wraps my loved ones in tangible care. Lord, give me eyes to see the sacred within the ordinary, to recognize that in serving my family, I reflect your love in practical, meaningful ways. The cultural messages I receive often diminish the value of household work. I'm told that my worth should be measured by achievements outside the home, by paychecks and promotions. Yet I know that you see differently. You value the quiet acts of love that sustain life day after day. When Martha was distracted by much serving, Jesus gently redirected her focus, not because her service wasn't important, but because relationship matters most. Help me find that balance, Lord. Let me serve with hands that work diligently but also know when to set tasks aside to simply be present with those I love. I need your strength when my own fails. When the mountain of housework seems insurmountable, When I cannot find the motivation to begin another day of the same responsibilities, pour your energy into my depleted spirit. The prophet Isaiah reminds us that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. I claim this promise today. Renew my strength, not just for the big challenges of life, but for the daily acts of service that require consistent faithfulness. Lord, I need wisdom to manage all these responsibilities effectively. Show me which tasks truly matter and which ones I can release. Help me establish systems that serve our family well without becoming a slave to unrealistic standards. Give me courage to ask for help when needed and to accept it graciously when offered. Grant me discernment to know when to push through and when to rest, when to maintain routines and when to embrace spontaneity. I want to steward my energy wisely, honoring both my limitations and the needs of my family. The constant nature of household tasks can make it difficult to measure progress or feel a sense of accomplishment. Unlike other work with clear beginnings and endings, this work is cyclical, always returning to the starting point. Lord, help me celebrate small victories and find satisfaction in the process rather than just the results. Let me see how these consistent acts of care create stability and security for my family. As Proverbs reminds us, she watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Help me find dignity in this vital work of maintaining a home. For those watching, there's a special resource in the first pinned comment, an ebook called Don't Think, Trust and Surrender, that offers powerful insights for managing anxiety while balancing household responsibilities. It's a companion for moments when the overwhelm feels too great, providing biblical wisdom and practical strategies for finding peace in the midst of your busy life. Remember, seeking tools like this isn't a sign of weakness but of wisdom in recognizing when you need additional support. Lord, transform my attitude toward these tasks when frustration and resentment take root. When I find myself sighing heavily at spills that need cleaning or toys scattered across freshly vacuumed floors, gentle my spirit. Let gratitude replace my complaints. Gratitude for dishes that mean we have food to eat, for laundry that means we have clothes to wear, for messes that mean our home is lived in and loved in. As the psalmist writes, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." Help me find joy even in the ordinary moments of maintaining our home. I pray for creativity in approaching my responsibilities. When routines become deadening and tasks feel meaningless, breathe fresh inspiration into my mind. Show me new ways to involve my family, to make necessary work more enjoyable, to find moments of beauty in the midst of mundane activities. You are the creator who spoke the universe into being, who designed the intricate details of nature, who formed each of us with unique gifts and abilities. Share some of that creative spirit with me so that I might approach my household work with renewed vision and energy. When I feel tempted to compare my home or my abilities to others, redirect my focus to your standards rather than society's expectations. Social media and magazines can fill my mind with images of perfectly organized pantries and immaculate living spaces that seem impossible to achieve in real life with real families. Lord, me from the tyranny of comparison. Help me create a home that reflects our unique family culture, our particular needs and values, rather than striving to impress others or meet artificial standards that don't serve us well. The spiritual discipline of creating order from chaos reflects your character as a God who brought form to the formless void at creation. When I organize cluttered spaces, when I transform raw ingredients into nourishing meals, when I restore cleanliness to soiled items, I participate in this creative work. Yet I also need to embrace the reality that perfect order is not the goal of a family home. Help me find the balance between creating enough structure to support our well-being and allowing enough flexibility for real life to unfold within these walls. Lord, I ask for physical strength and health to continue caring for my home and family. Protect my body from injury and exhaustion. Guard my immune system against illness. When pain comes, the aching back, the strained shoulders, the tired feet, provide relief and healing. Thank you for the miraculous design of the human body, for muscles that can lift and carry, for hands that can sort and fold, for eyes that can spot what needs attention. I dedicate my physical strength to your service, asking that you sustain me through long days of household labor. In moments when I feel most invisible and unappreciated, remind me that you see me. When family members walk past piles of folded laundry without acknowledgement, when they don't notice the hours spent preparing food or organizing schedules, when my work seems to disappear the moment it's completed, whisper to my heart that my service matters. You are the God who sees, the one who noticed Hagar in the wilderness and met her in her distress. See me in my daily wilderness of endless tasks, and let me feel your loving gaze upon my efforts. The mental load of household management often feels like the heaviest burden. I carry not just the physical work but the responsibility of remembering, planning, anticipating needs, and coordinating countless details. This invisible labor depletes my mental resources and leaves me drained at day's end. Lord, grant me clarity of thought and emotional resilience. When I feel overwhelmed by all that needs remembering, help me develop systems that ease this cognitive burden. Show me where I can delegate, what I can simplify, and what I might need to release altogether. I need patience for the repetitive nature of household tasks. The same surfaces will need cleaning tomorrow. The same basic needs must be met day after day. When frustration rises because nothing seems to stay finished, grant me a long view perspective. These cycles of care create the rhythm of family life, the predictable patterns that give our days structure and meaning. As Ecclesiastes reminds us, there is a season for everything under heaven. Help me embrace the seasonal nature of my work rather than resenting its repetition. Lord, when I feel most alone in my responsibilities, help me build community with others who understand. Guide me to friendships where we can share honestly about our struggles without judgment, where we can offer practical support and emotional encouragement to one another. The early church shared their burdens and their resources, creating systems of mutual care and support. Show me how to nurture this kind of community in my own life, where household responsibilities can be shared and the isolation of domestic work can be broken through genuine connection. Sometimes I struggle to find meaning in tasks that seem so temporary, so quickly undone. Wash dishes only to have more appear. Clean floors only to have them tracked with mud again. Put away toys only to have them scattered once more. In these moments of questioning, remind me of the deeper purpose. These acts of service create the container for family life to flourish. They make space for rest, for creativity, for hospitality, for spiritual growth. They are not just about maintaining physical spaces but about creating environments where souls can thrive. The work of maintaining a home requires tremendous self-discipline. When I'm tired or unmotivated, when no one would notice if certain tasks were left undone, I need your help to follow through on my commitments. The writer of Hebrews encourages us that discipline, though painful in the moment, produces a harvest of righteousness and peace. Lord, strengthen my will when laziness tempts me. Energize my spirit when apathy settles in. Help me practice the spiritual discipline of faithfulness in both the seen and unseen areas of homemaking. I confess my tendency to find my identity and worth in what I accomplish rather than in who I am as your beloved child. When the house is clean and organized, I feel worthy. When chaos reigns, I feel like a failure. Lord, break the power of this performance-based thinking. Help me anchor my identity in your unchanging love rather than in the constantly changing state of my home. You value me not for what I produce but simply because I am yours. Let that truth sink deep into my heart and free me from the tyranny of perfectionism. Comparison is a thief that steals my joy in homemaking. I look at other women who seem to manage their households with such ease, whose homes appear magazine-worthy, whose children are always clean and well-behaved, and I feel inadequate by comparison. Lord, remind me that I see only the public face of others' lives, not their private struggles. Help me appreciate the unique gifts and challenges of my own household without measuring them against others. Free me to run my own race with perseverance rather than constantly looking sideways at how others are running theirs. The physical spaces of our home influence our spiritual and emotional well-being in profound ways. When clutter accumulates, it can cloud our thinking and dampen our spirits. When basic needs aren't met, anxiety rises. Lord, help me create an environment that supports the holistic health of my family. physically, emotionally, spiritually. Show me how to establish rhythms and routines that serve us well. Guide me in arranging our spaces to facilitate connection, rest, and growth. Let our home be a sanctuary from the chaos of the outside world, a place where we can encounter your presence daily. I pray for discernment in setting healthy boundaries around household work. Sometimes I need to say no to outside commitments to maintain our home well. Sometimes I need to let go of household standards to make space for more important priorities. This constant balancing requires wisdom beyond my own. As James writes, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." I ask now for that generous wisdom, for clear insight into what truly matters in this season of my life and home. Lord, household work can be lonely, tedious, and physically demanding. In the moments when I feel most discouraged, send reminders of the significance of what I do. Let me catch glimpses of the ways my service shapes the hearts and lives of those I love. A comfortable bed offers rest to weary bodies. A nourishing meal provides energy for important work. A clean, orderly space reduces stress and creates capacity for creativity and connection. Help me see these ripple effects of my daily labor and find satisfaction in them. I dedicate my household work to you today, Lord. Transform these ordinary tasks into acts of worship. As I fold laundry, let me pray for the ones who will wear these clothes. As I prepare food, let me give thanks for your provision. As I clean our living spaces, let me create room for your presence to be welcomed and experienced. In all these practical acts of service, let me follow the example of Jesus, who came not to be served but to serve. Help me approach each task not with resentment but with the heart of a servant, knowing that whatever I do, I can do it as unto you. When my hands are busy with household tasks, my mind is often tempted toward worry or discontent. These repetitive activities become fertile ground for anxious thoughts to multiply. Lord, teach me to cultivate a different mental landscape during these times. Fill my mind with truth from your word that I've hidden in my heart. Guide my thoughts toward gratitude rather than complaint, toward prayer rather than worry. Let these ordinary moments of household work become opportunities for spiritual transformation as I practice your presence while my hands remain busy with necessary tasks. If you found comfort in this prayer today, please take a moment to like this video and share it with another woman who might be feeling overwhelmed by her household responsibilities. Your simple act of sharing could be the encouragement someone desperately needs today. Remember that we strengthen each other when we share honestly about our struggles and point one another back to the source of all strength and hope. Together, we can find grace for the beautiful, demanding work of creating homes where love and faith can flourish.